And we're live. Hi, it's Bradley J. I'm applying for a job. The application requires I tell a funny story, which is good for me because I have a billion funny stories. It's kind of fun applying for jobs because you get to tell stories. And this one I figured, if I'm going to tell a story, I might as well tell it live. So let's do this. This story is so surreal. I have a hard time believing it myself, but it is, in fact, a true story. And it is the story of the time that I accidentally, mind you, jumped on Steven Tyler's back. Steven Tyler, the singer of the great Boston band Aerosmith. Are you ready for the story? Here we go. It was the WBCN 20th anniversary, I believe. And we had set up a concert with Aerosmith at the Worcester Centrum and given away all the tickets, which was a big deal. Imagine that. That's huge. That was in the 80s, back when it was the roaring 80s. Stuff like that happened. And they had set up a party bus for us, or let's just say a party bus to go to the show so no one had to drive, so we could party on the way and party on the way back, which is also very cool. So I partied. I didn't party a lot. I partied, maybe 30%, 20% party. Completely lucid and able to do my job. And my job consisted of this. At some point during the concert, all the staff planned to go up on the stage and thank all the folks in the audience for supporting us for 20 years, which was great. It's easy to get a lot of applause when you've given away all the tickets. So here's the situation. We were up on the stage, kind of different jocks, different members of the air staff were waiting for a spot in the song Walk This Way where we would go out. No, actually, it was going to be after Walk This Way. That's right. So after Walk This Way, the entire staff was going to go out, say, thank you, and gloat and pose for some photos. And those photos do exist, by the way. And so this is where the weird thing happens. Here I am at the side of the stage on a riser. I would say it's 18 inches high, 20 inches high. Side of the stage, if I look around the curtain, I see everybody out there. Aerosmith's on stage doing the song. Steven Tyler is in full flower. Walk This Way. I won't imitate him, but he was. You know what it's like. And it's really something to be on stage at the Worcester Centrum. Being a DJ is pretty great because you get to be on stage and feel some of the power of a performance without doing all the rehearsing. You just get the fun. You don't have to do the grind. So for a couple of seconds, when you go out and MC or do something like we're about to do, you get a feeling of adulation from thousands of people. So it's very exciting. This is Walk This Way, a huge song by this band. And I'm standing on this riser, kind of right at the edge, just kind of peeking around a little bit. I didn't peek much, but I'm wondering what's going to happen here. What's this going to be like? When a weird thing happened. Steven Tyler, while in the throes of performing this song, Walk This Way, came over to the riser that I'm on, visible to probably about half the audience, and he turns around and points to his back. This is a true story. He points to his back. And I'm thinking, what? What could he be saying? What could he be signaling? What could he want me to do? He couldn't possibly want me to do what it seems like he wants me to do. He's coming, pointing to his back. He's bending over a little bit, pointing to his back. And it seemed to me that he was saying, jump on my back. What would you think? So I didn't. It was too big a thing to do. What? This cannot be. The safe play here is to do nothing. Right? What would you have done? Well, After some time, he came back and did it again. He's pointing to his back. And you have to remember, this is in the 80s when it was a free-for-all. People had fun. What's going on here? I don't know, but I'm going to go ahead and go for it. So I did. I jumped on his back in the middle of the song, Walk This Way, on stage, live at the Worcester Centrum in front of how many ever fans that building can hold. And, the first thing that struck me was, my God, this guy is bird-like, kind of like Bird Bones. Wonderful guy. He was so cool about the whole thing. But he does have, he's a light, he has a lightweight body, and I'm kind of a heavyweight guy. And I'm on his back getting a piggyback ride, and he's kind of staggering around more than you would expect he would be doing if he really expected me to jump on his back. So I'm continuing to have doubts about this whole activity. And he supported me for maybe 8 seconds and about as long as a bucking bronco ride, and good-naturedly, and it was done. No security came to beat me up. No one batted an eye, really. It was pretty weird that nothing would happen when a dude jumped on Steven Tyler's back during the concert. And so I dismounted and went back to my position, wondering what the heck was that all about. I must point out, he was such a good-natured dude about what turned out to be a mistake. He was like, whoa, struggling. I don't know if he was actually singing at the time, but he didn't say, "Get off me," or anything like that. Well, it turns out that I had, in fact, made an error. He had not wanted me to jump on his back. In the fullness of time, which was about 2 minutes, I come to find out that what he'd wanted to do was form a conga line. And since I happened to be watching from the wings, I was the closest person. He wanted me to be conga line dude number one, like walk this way, walk funny, Institute of Funny Walks, walk this way. And we'd all be doing a conga line, walk this way. Get it? There was a communication breakdown. And only later did the conga line form. But not before I had embarrassed myself. But for some reason, I didn't feel all that embarrassed. There is a photo that was taken. Maybe you would think there would be a photo taken of that, but this is before the iPhone. So there is a photo taken with Charles Laquadera, Steven Tyler, and me. And I'm like grinning this crazy grin up on the stage. It's when I had some hair, had a receding hairline, and long hair, and a black fringe leather jacket. And I'm like, bee. And it was a great, great moment. But as time goes by, I can barely believe that happened. But it completely happened. And I don't know how you beat that story. I have a lot of stories. But I hit you with my best shot on that one. I have plenty more, though. So that's it for this story. I'll say bye now. And we broadcast live on Facebook, YouTube, and I go with LinkedIn as well. Please follow me on all the social media. And that's it for now. Ciao. And we are clear.